what dairy cows go through is worse than what beef cows go through. It is just so horrifically cruel. We have this collective societal disconnect, denying the reality. And we hide behind words and phrases. I used to be in advertising of what we would call humane washing. Oh, it's a humane death, or a humane slaughter, or a humane life. Nonsense. An absolute bald-faced lie. Please don't call it an animal holocaust, even though it is. That's the name of a speech I'll be giving on November 14th at the San Francisco Vegan Festival, sponsored by the San Francisco Vegan Society. I urge you all to attend. So I did more research in preparation for this talk I'll be giving in a few months, especially a book by Charles Patterson called Eternal Treblinka. And that's based on an Isaac Bashevis Singer quote. And the more I read and the more I learned, I realized that activists who criticized that talk as going too far and not being appropriate, and it's going to upset people, was in a way quite right. That activist was right. The more I read, the more I realized it's not really an appropriate comparison, because the animal holocaust is far, far worse in scope, in size, in the number of souls of people who happen to be four-legged people and winged people and even fish in the sea and marine mammals that get killed along with the fish in the sea. The numbers are mind-boggling. The numbers are stunning. The numbers will break your heart if you can identify with one cat, one dog, one horse, the animals we are most familiar with, but then any cow if you get to know. There's a woman here from a retreat. I've gotten to know one of her cows and fallen in love with a cow. I'm not a farmer. I didn't grow up around cows. They were these very sweet animals that I loved, and then went home and ate a pastrami sandwich and all the rest of the things I ate in New York. And that's just the diet. There's also, of course, the larger picture of using animals as less than us, as not our equals, our cousins, our brothers and sisters. And the horror is so great that we have this bizarre, societal-wide cognitive dissonance of everybody. I mean, almost everybody will say, well, I like animals, or I respect animals, the mildest term, or I love animals, and yet, like me, for 50 years, just subject them to the most horrific abuse and torture through, in my case, eating them, and of course, wearing them. Not so much some of the other abuses. I'm going to stay on the diet part, the food part, although veganism is much more than just a diet. It's understanding what we human as a species do to other species of animals that we share this planet with, our fellow Earthlings, if you've seen the documentary Earthlings. The scale of it is unimaginable. 6 million Jews, 12 million people overall in the Holocaust perished, were exterminated. They didn't perish passively, they were exterminated. And it's 10 million animals per hour. 10 million animals per hour, the length of this gathering today. 10 million will die, more than Jews in the Holocaust. It's also global. It's not just happening in Europe by Nazis perpetrated on Jews and the other 6 million people that died in the Holocaust that were not Jewish. It's every country, everywhere, all the time. It never ends. It's going on right now. 165,000 animals will die this next minute. Over 2,500 animals will die in a second. And worse than the Jewish Holocaust again, we don't one and done kill them all the way the Nazis wanted to do with the Jews and other humans they considered undesirable and less than, which shows how colossally ignorant that incredible master race was. And of course, completely shut down emotionally in our connection to other living beings in this planet. Instead, we do something worse. We breed them into existence and then exterminate them as children, sometimes as infants, and infanticide of other animals. Other times we let them to be full-size, adultish, young adult. For a cow, for instance, 1, 2, 3 years. For a beef cow, an animal we call food and call it beef, and then kill that animal. It's a miserable life all the way through. It's not just one bad day, as you'll hear. It's one bad day after another, after another, after another, endlessly. And again, I'm just doing a brief overview. I'm going to wrap up soon. I'm speaking to fellow vegans and animal rights people here at this conference. I hope more people see this speech. And it's so simple. It's so simple. Just look at the truth that the industry completely hides and obscures by not showing you what's going on behind the brick walls. As the famous Paul McCartney quote goes, if slaughterhouses had grass walls, everyone would be, in his day, a vegetarian. Today it would be vegan. I tell people who drink dairy and eat eggs, like my dear brother, a longtime vegetarian. I can't criticize him. I didn't wake up until I was in my 50s. But what dairy cows go through is worse than what beef cows go through. It is just so horrifically cruel. We have this collective societal disconnect, denying the reality. And we hide behind words and phrases. I used to be in advertising of what we would call humane washing. Oh, it's a humane death, or a humane slaughter, or a humane life. Nonsense. An absolute bald-faced lie. So today, one day, National Animal Rights Day, we try to raise awareness about this so people will face the truth and feel better about themselves for making the right decision, and make the other 364 days International Animal Rights Days. Thank you.